Let's talk about the power of detachment for a moment. This is one of those paradoxes that is confusing, not easy to understand. It's something that your mind struggles to grasp it, especially when you've been taught, especially in that society of culture where we're taught that hustling, chasing, grinding is the way to go. And detachment is basically saying that the less you care about something, sometimes the less you do about something, the faster it manifests in your life. And so for your mind, sometimes this can be a little bit like, what the fuck does that mean? Because if I don't chase it, if I don't work at it, or if I don't, obsess over it, I won't get it, right? We taught all those idea of earning something, sacrificing our way through life, right? But there is this law of least resistance. And we gotta understand this dynamic because it affects us more than we know. You see, the more you chase something, the more you are needy, the more resistance you have toward what is, the slower is that thing that you want to create in your life. And this is where we need to really stop for a moment and really observe how are we going after the things that we want. You see, the challenge is not wanting things and going after them. That's all good, it's all great, and it's something that's very important in life because we have that need for expansion, for growth. But how are we going after it? How are we going about it? There's two states of consciousness. If we simplify it, you can either be in a state of contraction, where you're tense, you're nervous, you're stressed, you're anxious, you're angry, you are all those lower emotions, right? And you can simply feel it because your body is tense, that energy is going inward. And then there's a state of expansion, where you feel calm, you feel grateful, you feel at peace, you feel excited, you feel all those better, higher, more loving emotions. And you can feel your energy is expanding, it's flowing, it's high, it's vibrant, it's radiant. And if you simply ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Am I in a state of contraction or expansion? You can easily see where you are at any given time. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because when you go after what you want from a state of contraction, meaning in your life you spend a lot of time in stress, in worry, in anticipation, in chasing something, in trying and forcing to make things happen, this is when you are slowing your blessing. This is when you are making things harder. Instead of simply being in that state of expansion and still working at your things and still doing what needs to be done, but you're doing it from a state of expansion. And the difference of quality in that state of consciousness is critical, because when you're in contraction, there is very likely no detachment. What does that mean? You see, it means very likely that what you want in your life right now, what you want to either get rid of or what you want to attract in, you have given it a lot of importance, a lot of significance. So it means that in your life right now, without that thing, that person, that experience, that next thing that you want to bring in, you're unhappy without it. And so you've given a lot of power, a lot of meaning, you've projected a lot of ideas onto what that thing would do for you, what that person, situation, what that next thing would do for me. And so without it, we feel miserable. We feel the lack of it. And when we feel lack, or when we feel like something is missing, or we don't have it, or we feel somewhat unhappy or empty, or we want something to fill that void, there's that contraction I talked about. And in that contraction, there's that resistance, and the resistance actually creates misalignment between that thing, that person, that experience, and you creating it, manifesting it into your life. So this is why detachment, learning the art of least resistance, being able to detach, not let go of the goal, because that is very different. It's two very different concepts. It's knowing what you want, but not being needy about it. Not feeling, oh my God, my life is shit and I'm miserable, and oh God, all that victim story that the mind likes to create when I don't have that thing yet. Because the ego of every game is that when I get it, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be free. Then I'll be at peace. Then my life will finally be good. Right? So another story that the mind loves to create And that's what I meant by we project qualities, essence, those ideas that we think, what is that thing will bring to me? And those are the qualities that we chase. It's not really about the thing, but it's about the quality that we think will bring. And often it's a feeling. In fact, in 90% of the cases, why we chase and why we want what we want is because of what we think it will give us, especially on a feeling, emotional level. And so one of the things you can actually do very simply to find out what is the main pattern of the thing that you chase the most is to simply take a piece of paper, write down some of the main things that you want to create, achieve, manifest, some of your main goals right now in life. Write 10 of them, big or small, doesn't really matter. Write 10 of them that you have in your life right now. And after writing this, ask yourself, how would I feel when I get it? What would that do for me? How would it make me feel when I get that goal, when I achieve it, when that thing happens, whatever it may be? And write down that feeling. And when I do that exercise with my clients, what happens is that often there's one or two feelings that are repetitive, meaning that stand out the most. And it's that one or two or sometimes three feelings that you chase the most. And if you look at your life pattern, you will see it. You will see that you are chasing in so many different ways, in so many different strategies, those three feelings. And the reason why you're chasing those feelings is because you are lacking them somehow between yourself. In A Course in Miracles, it says you are only lacking what you have not given yourself. So somehow subconsciously in your perception, you are lacking those qualities. And so you are projecting those on people, things, situation, experiences in order to want to fill that gap. I'm going to give you an example. I used to chase feeling worthy. And I used to chase it through, success, through money, through significance, through appearing smart and being a certain way, and all those different ways. I wanted to feel worthy, to feel good enough. And the only reason why this was so important and I was chasing all those things is because I had deep feeling of unworthiness for a long time in my life until I was able to see that and root this out. And you see, when you are able to reverse the pattern and give yourself the quality, the essence of the thing that you actually desire, when you can give yourself that thing first, you become an instant match to what you desire. Because you are coming from a place of expansion, alignment, instead from a place of contraction and trying to get something because of what you think the quality and all of those essence that you attach to it will bring into your life. Does that make sense? So detachment is the art of letting go of the stories, the art of letting go of the importance. It's the art of finding inside of yourself, what have you not given yourself? What is it that is creating the state of contraction, the state of lack, unhappiness, unworthiness, lack of love? So that you no longer need, lack, and have that neediness externally, but so that you can go after those things from a very different state of consciousness, from a place of wholeness, and can actually integrate certain deep aspects of yourself. And I guarantee you, when you do that, when you actually feel yourself worthy, regardless of what people say, regardless of whether you make that money or sign that clients or not, there's so much more peace. And that's when you know, when you want it, but you're not 100% in need of it, that's when you know you have that detachment. So the way I like to describe it to my client is that it's that difference between I want something and I need something. In your neediness, you repel. In your completeness, you attract. So adopt that state first. Find out where you give too much importance to people, things, time, places, and find out why. What is the essence? What is the qualities? What is it that you think that thing, those people will bring into your life? What would that do for you? How would it make you feel? Start giving yourself that thing first. And when you let go of the importance, and when you start to give yourself that thing first, mentally and emotionally, I guarantee you, you're no longer obsessed over that thing, and it'll be so much easier to let go. And you see then movement, you see how things will start to just happen. Maybe you get the idea, maybe somebody speed it up, something will happen to make things so much faster in your life. And that's why detachment is the key. So thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope it makes sense. If you have any questions, make sure you write them down in the comments. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button to help me grow this channel and see all the other videos, guys. I will see you next time. Be well.